Hello, hello. Welcome, guys. Come on in. Sorry about last week. Flu got me, but I am better now, and we are back. I hope you guys were able to use the replay to get some planning done. Let's see, who do we have today? Elizabeth, good afternoon. I grabbed a bed today. Very cool. Lori, hello, hello. RC is here. Hello. Well, welcome, guys. Oh, that was a crazy week. Did not get nearly what I wanted done, but I did do one thing. I was trying to do HB90 in my iPad, which was okay, but then I found I was trying to switch between things and getting a bit annoyed. So I did something. Back to paper. Printed her out, decided to go with the weekly instead of the weekly dailies, and just printed her out, got her organized, and have been using her. I backfilled July just because I didn't want to keep the other calendar thing on my desk. So I just decided, okay, I'll quickly throw everything down on the July pages, and that way it's all in one place. And then we'll just go to proceed from here. Did it all in about a few hours. That way I didn't waste too much time on it, but now everything's in one place. And I have the pleasure of working on pages that I'm going to be able to find with ease and hopefully be able to carry with me, which was the only problem because I was relying on that cheapy little dollar store thing. But it's great if I was sitting at my desk, not so great if I was away from my desk. Let's see. Elizabeth, the flu is a good reason to cancel live stream. Yes. I was trying to think, how do I do this without the camera on and we can still go? Because my voice was almost acceptable. Barbara, hi everyone. Last week didn't go so well. This week will be better. It will, definitely. Elizabeth, I had a week that tested my patience. Hear you on that. Crystal, hey everyone. Oh, look at the butterfly. That's gorgeous. Beautiful girl. Rita, hello friends. Oh, I love that. Lori, last week is what was about 50-50 with what I wanted to accomplish. That's still pretty good. Still not too bad. What were the things that didn't happen? Were they the ones that were more things you didn't want to do, or things that you wanted to do but they were more creative and they were more for yourself, so you felt like you let everything else occur instead? We have a habit of doing that. We prioritize the external over our internal. All right. Mathis, hello. I'm here, but not sure how long I can stay seated. Back again. Oh. Do what you can, hun. There's always the replay, and then you can do it in sections, right? Elizabeth, on the bright side, I am on the other side of the worst writing rut I have ever experienced. Oh, hun, you had valid reason, though. Your body was not... No, you're okay. Do not hold yourself to a standard that you cannot maintain when you're sick or ill or, fighting infections. Antibiotics, as we know, kind of mess up our natural system as well, our gut system, right? So, and you had multiple hits of that. So you are okay, hon. You took the time you needed to get well. Crystal, I'm feeling you, Elizabeth. Terrible past few days as well. Just keeping my eyes on the Lord, starting positive. All right, guys, we're going to dive on in and get into some planning the right way. I did a few little tweaks, a few things that I felt like were kind of missing in the system. So I added them in. Hopefully they are just enough to give us a little more definition to our goals and allow us to be even more intentional and specific with what we want to do. Barbara didn't want to do, probably procrastinate. Hear you on that one. Elizabeth, my stomach still isn't 100%. I am still having pain. I'll be having an upper GI test tomorrow. And that hopefully will reveal a lot and explain what's going on, because I think it's something more, and they've been dancing around it instead of getting to this point, which is what you needed. Hey, Mary. Woo, made it just in time. Beautifully timed, huh? Okay, guys, let's dive on in. I woke up with a low-grade fever this morning that has gone down a bit. So, hey, you're going to get answers tomorrow. That is part of your plan. You're going to get that on your calendar. And once that is done, yeah, you got to wait for the results to come back in. But at least you're getting answers now, finally. All right. All right, guys, let's dive on in. Why we plan: for direction, focus, balance, to reduce stress, and to measure progress. If we write it down, we can actually see what we're getting done. And if we don't write it down, we often don't believe we're getting as much done as we actually are. So by writing it down, we get to measure that progress, we get to check those boxes, and we get to know that we're showing up for ourselves. Let's begin to write your story. Backstory: a set of events that have occurred before the main story. Reflection: we're going to celebrate our successes and gold star moments, and we're going to analyze our challenges, our biggest distractions, and our best fixes, because in there, not everything is ever going to go 100%, but we learn from how we proceed and how we get back on track. So we really want to look at those gold star moments to see what we did right the first time, and look at our best fixes, which I think are even more important when things go sideways and we get ourselves back on track. Those are golden. Okay, guys, and we're going to pair that with our what needs to be continued or carried forward in terms of last week's tasks. How much did you accomplish? Give yourself credit for the amount that you did get done, because maybe you took on more than you actually had time for. So realistically, you got 50% done, but it wasn't possible with the time you had to do the 100%. So give yourself that check mark. You got that. You did 50%, and that is awesome. What else needs to be done? Maybe we can break this down a little bit. Is this project bigger or more complex than you thought? Can you take it down a little bit? I'm going to pull out last week's. I've got it in 2 places, so I'm going to see how this works for me on 2 pages here. How can I do this? I think I'll just use it like that. I have my wee little Hobonichi weekly supplement, and then I also have the pages for the HB90 system. So I'm going to see which ones work for me better. I have a feeling a combination of the 2 are going to be needed, but I'm going to see what I can do. Okay, guys, let's get our 2-minute timer going, and we're going to figure out our gold star moments, our best fixes, and what we need to bring forward to get it done. Okay, go ahead, guys. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. How did you guys do? Um, Elizabeth, I plan so I can stay accountable and not get to feeling overwhelmed as much as I can avoid that. Perfect. Yes. Crystal, good idea to Chris. Yeah, from Elizabeth. I need to get some cleaning done since I couldn't clean much last week. I need to do some driving practice this week. My road test is on Saturday at 8:15 a.m. and I have a review lesson on Thursday evening. I have my dental cleaning before the review lessons. Very, packed day, but awesome day. Good luck, hon. I am not stressing myself out too much this time with the road test. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's see, Rita celebrating. Lots of time into final revisions, edits for Lear. One more chapter left and to write a new chapter. Library meeting happened and ready for the next event in town. Nice. Very cool. All right, guys, we're going to head on to our next panel. Let's see here. Let's bring this down, make my life a little easier. What are you avoiding? Why? Does it still matter? Break it down, make it priority number one, schedule it, and get it done. Get it off your plate, guys. Usually it's something we don't like or something that intimidates us, something that we don't feel like we are ready to do. We are procrastinating because we think we need something. We need to know more to be able to do it sometimes, often, where sometimes it's just a matter of starting and taking that first little baby step, and then we can make magic. All right, guys, along with that, I'm going to compile and add in our misbelief. What bad choices have you been making that are affecting your overall health, energy, and concentration? Example goal, make one small change this week. Drink water in place of sugary drinks. Or get something like bubbly or something where you have flavor but no sugar, something like that. That way you are reducing one little change that's going to make the rest of your body feel better, and you're going to feel more healthy, and you're going to have more energy to do the other things you want to do. Okay, guys, so let's figure out how we're going to stop avoiding whatever it is, make a plan for it, and get it done. It's often important. The misbelief that we are going to tackle and change about ourselves so we can make a better version of us. And begin. Okay, let's see. How did we do? Elizabeth, I avoided my emotional state since I didn't want to admit certain things to me. I will get back to Bible journaling and use that to also keep me from doing something impulsive that I'll regret later. Ooh, interesting. Um, how much time are you going to give to that? And what tools are you going to need? What else would I say to that? And what outcome are you looking for? Just give it more specific, give it more shape, right? Okay, guys, we're going to head into our next panel, which is scenes, strategies, a section where there is action, a beginning, middle, and end, and moves the story forward. This is where we're going to talk about some of the strategies that we can use to break down our plans into pieces that we can do more easily, and also looking at daily versus weekly overall to kind of create plans that we can create with a balanced life. If we look at every day and we pack every day, then we may not have any time for any of the fun stuff that we want to do, right? So it's sometimes nice to just to have a daily breakdown, but that weekly overall goal. That way, if we've an opportunity arises to go and do something, we can, because we realize that yes, we may be giving up today's 2,000 words, but we know we have another 5 days to make up the 2K along with the other 2K per day, right? Elizabeth, I got frustrated at one point last week and then broke my phone. I bought a new phone on Friday, so it is resolved now. Oh, that is not a good day. Oh my hand. Hugs. Crystal, I'm going to put a watch on my thoughts to renew my mind with the word instead of what I see in the natural. I'm going to revamp my workouts to have more time for writing. Nice. Elizabeth, my laptop isn't working, so I'll be buying a new one, and I'll be scheduling an appointment with Geek Squad to get the charging port on my iPad fixed. That is very cool that it can be fixed, actually. I think that's cool. Okay, guys, let's talk strategy. Okay, we're going to dive on in. First div, clarity. What do you want to achieve? Why do you want to achieve it? And how are you going to achieve it? This is basically entering the trials. These are our try-fail stage. These are experiments. These are the things that this is the middle of your story. This is what we're throwing the characters into when we write. This is all the things that they're going to get right sometimes, but mostly wrong. But we're going to learn as we go until we finally figure out what truly works for us. But we're going to try some stuff because we're going to give ourselves the freedom to try different things until we find what works for us. So the what, the why, and the how, and what you're going to do, what you really want to get done this week, the things that matter to you that you want to move forward. Let's see, Elizabeth, they could replace the broken charging port with a new charge port. Very cool. I'm used to often sealed things that are like, no, you don't change that. All right, guys, our next panel, SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable and attainable, relevant and realistic, timely and time-bound. Be intentional with your time. Be honest about what you can achieve. And do you want to or need to be doing this right now? Because sometimes we believe that we need to be working on a certain step, but we're actually missing the 3 steps before that would actually give us the fundamentals that we need in order to actually achieve that step. Are we jumping ahead? Are we trying to take shortcuts? Are we maybe doing something that's not really going to serve us right now, that we could be doing something that's better for us now and not worry about later, right? Example, are we sitting there designing the cover of a book that we haven't even written yet? I mean, it's fun and everything to sit down for, a few hours, maybe not that much, and play in Canva and create a fake cover for your book just to give yourself that motivation. But if you found yourself doing that the entire week, thinking you're going to create the cover for a story that you haven't even written yet, that's not going to serve you very well, is it? Okay, guys, so we're going to get smart with our goals. we're going to figure out how to break things down into smaller pieces. So the next task steps, these are the more natural ones. You can't edit a book before it is written. Your measured increments. So if we're going to break that down into something measurable. So for example, I'd like to have a 10K week next week for writing. This week I gave myself a good, better, best goal of 8, 10, or 15K. I don't think I even got close to the 8. It was one of those weeks. A couple days got lost on the things. They had to happen. I was reacting to them and losing time. That would have been my writing time. Any micro steps that you could break things down to, the smaller, the easier it is for you to sit down and just get started. Is there anything that you can delegate? Is there anything you can delete? Is there anything that is on your list that you've now realized you don't need to do? Any problems or delays that have come along, and how are they impacting you? Elizabeth, I am setting times on paper in my planner that I'll be working on writing. I'm using a method that Kate Kavanaugh mentioned, that she labels work time as classes. Oh, her writing semester. I loved that video. That was awesome. Yes, if you guys have not checked that out, check that one out. That is so good. I'm going to try that. Awesome. You gotta let us know, Elizabeth, how that goes. I'm going to aim to write at least 12K words this week. I am aiming for writing 40K words. The flu is a good reason to not get as much done. Yes, exactly. All right, guys. And finally, deadlines. We give them to ourselves so that we make sure that we are focusing on what we need to get done, and we know when we should get it done. So it does not become an infinite cycle of later, someday, maybe, right? If we give it a deadline, then we know that even if we kind of are a little off on the deadline, at least we know we're working toward a specific date. So you have to kind of think about the time required that you're going to need to do this task or project. The completion date, where does it work in your schedule? I mean, if you are taking a 2-week vacation, and it's going to be a real non-working vacation, you can't be having the day after be the completion date for whatever that you're doing, because you've just taken 2 weeks off. So maybe you got to work for a week. Yeah, it looks like it's 3 weeks on a calendar, but in reality, you only had 1 week to work on it. So you're looking at 5 weeks if you wanted 3 weeks, because you're going to take those 2 weeks off in between, right? You're going to schedule it. You're going to create your daily and weekly goals. So the bigger picture, and then a little bit smaller, so you can have something daily to work on, or 5 days a week, or whatever it is that you want to do. Do a weekly check-in to see how you're doing on it, right? And then your adjustments and your refocus if you need to. Let's see, 40K words this month. I will get 40K words written in this developmental draft this month. You've got this, huh? You've got this. All right, guys. Our next set, where we actually start doing our plotting, series of related events making up a story. There are 5 basic elements to story: setting, characters, plot, conflict, and resolution. You are going to have to deal with other people when you're doing things. You are going to have to deal with different places where you're going to do these things. The plot is the plan. That's probably the easiest part. That's the one you have control over. The conflict that comes along from the other stuff, that is where it's going to get a little dicey. And the resolution is that outcome you're looking for. So you still have your star that you're looking at, that you know that you want to work toward. All right? All right, so our first one is our monthly focus, or quarterly, depending on how you do it. I didn't have quite enough space for both. But what do you have? I'm kind of thinking in terms of, even if you do quarterly planning, you kind of want to see what's coming at you for this month. It's good to know what's coming the following month as well, but that's not quite where we're focusing right now. We want to look at what's happening right now, and what we've put in our plan for August. So what do you have that's new for Q3? What new opportunities have presented themselves? Is there any prep or research that you need to do for something that you are planning on a quarterly basis or monthly basis? Maybe it's something that you want to do next month, but you need to know how you're going to do that. Research happens now. Anything that you want to reduce, remove, or delay. There is nothing wrong with that. If it has to be a smaller piece of the pie, at least you're going to get some pie, right? Let's see, Elizabeth, if I said I'd write 400K words this month, I'd hope that someone would call me out on it. Nevertheless, I maybe can get 400K words written now and the end of the year. That is true. That is actually, yeah, you could do that. It'd be a bit of a stretch goal, but it is possible. Okay, guys, so let's go in and we're going to take a look at our plans for our monthly and quarterly focus and see what we're going to bring into our weekly plan that we want to start working on or we want to continue and proceed. How did you do? Elizabeth, something that I'd like to do is get my own apartment after I get my driver's license. I'm 24, so I'm feeling ready, definitely. The goal of moving will be in Q3 or in Q4. Oh, I like that. Q3 might be a little tight. You might want to give yourself a little wiggle. Definitely. Hey, Diane. Hello. How's it going on? Lori, my daughter called. So much info to journal about. I'll have to do it later. Interesting. Guys, I am sort of resetting my Q3 plans a little bit because I shouldn't say that. I have on here, I have a bit of a sort of a Q3 structure that I've kind of similar to what I had before, but I think better defined. I found that I'm trying to figure out because there's certain things that overlap and where they serve me best. So I'm trying to kind of look in terms of managing that. That's the word I'm looking for. Let's see. Hello to Diane from Lori. Crystal, my goals are more or less the same month to month, but one thing I seem to have is consistency, so I count that as a win. There are always more goals than time. Always, always, always. There are always more desires of what we want to do than what we can do, right? Yeah, I wasn't thinking Q3 as much as Q4, but I've got to prepare. Yes, there's nothing wrong with preparation. There's nothing wrong with the organizational. The physical move will probably be a Q4 thing. But all the prep stuff, that can start now. That can definitely start now. That can start with decluttering. That can start with putting things into boxes that you want to keep, but you may not necessarily need right now and need to have out and start packing. I mean, maybe a little early for that, but you know what I mean. And you can kind of get started going in the right direction. Rita, I'm going to be finished edits for later next week, so I need a call out for beta readers. Ooh, nice. I also need to get organized with getting the book printed from Amazon. I've heard about it, but no research. Oh, I think it's relatively friendly. It's more of a formatting thing, so it comes down to your software and your whether you're PC or Windows or PC, I should say PC or Mac. Windows. Windows or Mac, basically, right? But yeah, basically, they pick your formatting software, and there's some that are free, some that are ouchy, but worth the money long term. Long term. So see what works for you. Elizabeth, I can't do nearly everything I want to do in the rest of my lifetime. Exactly. Okay, guys, we're going to go into our next panel. This is the one, this is our breaks in the routine. This is our conflict. This can be as little as the daily little interruptions from kids who are on holidays for the summer. This can be more middle stuff, which are sort of the things that we do to ourselves to interrupt our routines and get in our own way. Just little things that we do that are, you know, not planning meals and stopping in the middle of flow because now we're starving. I wouldn't know anything about that. I didn't do that yesterday at all. So that's kind of a middle. And then those bigger ones like vacations and surgeries and conferences and renovations and all the things that are going to certainly get in the way of a regular routine. So we're looking at sort of the purpose of taking it back down to purpose. Do every time you have an interruption, you kind of have to do like a little mini reset, right? So every time the kids come in, it takes you about 20 minutes to get back into flow. That's why we're using the longer sprints, because we don't want to be interrupted and we want to stay in flow longer. If it's a vacation, do you truly want to relax and participate and enjoy? If it's a conference, you're probably not going to be wanting to answer business emails while you're at the conference in the lecture that you've been looking forward to since you signed up. So we want to kind of start looking at making sure that these areas are protected. So our writing time is protected. Our exercise time is protected. Make sure that it can happen. Because we want to make sure that, you know, or if we put the money out for a conference or a vacation, we actually get to enjoy it, right? All right, guys. So we're going to take a quick look at our plans and see if there's any vacations coming. How much our window is of time before it is coming, before it hits us. And if we truly want to be able to relax, participate, and enjoy and take that time off, what do we need to get done in the next week, 2 or 3 to make sure that's happening? And what piece of that are we going to take this week and start working on and make sure that we're getting it all set and organized so we can really enjoy ourselves and begin. Okay, let's see. Elizabeth, I am glad that I have scheduled Sundays to be the one day in the week that I don't work. That's beautiful. I wouldn't want immortality though. It would have some side benefits. Can you imagine all that we could learn? Oh, it'd be so cool. All the things that we could do. We'd have lifetime after lifetime to get it all done and be all the things that we want to be. So tempting. Let's see, Lori, I had and still have a major conflict, which is disturbing my writing, is that a family member who has um, addiction, I think is what you wanted there, issues showed up late last Saturday and needed to stay here. It's been tough and my routine has been off all week. Oh, hon, that is rough. Take it easy. That is definitely a different season. Writing is definitely going to be stolen moments kind of situation, I think. Elizabeth, I won't be going to work tomorrow, so I'll have time for writing in the afternoon tomorrow. Nice. Mildred, hello. I thought I'd try rescue time once again. Struggled 2 days with it, and now I am locked out of my account till tomorrow. I remembered why I didn't continue with it before. Live and learn. Oh, that's hard. That's not good. Lori, yesterday was our 39th wedding anniversary. Well, congrats. Happy anniversary, hon. And we went out for most of the day along the shore of NH. Drawing a blank. Why am I drawing a blank? Help, Lori. NH, which one is that? Had a fantastic lunch at a new restaurant. Oh, very cool. We really needed that after the conflicting week. Oh, yeah. Oops. Shouldn't be addition. Addiction, yes. Well, you did get an addition, just not the way you wanted. New Hampshire. Thank you. I was going to guess that. But I'm like, hold on. No, I'm wrong. Let's see. Afternoon, Lori. How are you doing? Rita, my major conflict is me. I have all day just for me, other than the hour or so needed for house-related tasks. I need to set up a better time control or just a list of tasks to get it all done. Yeah, and that's hard when you have I find full days to be harder than half days or any other day because any other day I make the writing get in there. Full days are so open that sometimes those are the ones where I don't. Yeah, I hear you on that. Elizabeth, immortality would also mean that couldn't escape from suffering and it would alter our mental states. That is true. That is very true. There needs to kind of a caveat on that, definitely, that we're healthy and happy the whole time. Let's see. Diane, happy anniversary. Reunion at Hampton Beach, closer to WRJ or near our stateside of New Hampshire. New Hampshire, New Hampshire. Thank you guys. I live next to New Hampshire and Massachusetts. Oh, interesting. Very cool. Okay, guys, I am piecing out. I got a couple fun things that I want to do, and I realize that I'm going to probably only be able to tackle one point of view character. I got 4 of them. One is done. I have to do the second one for the story 1. And then I think the other 2 will be easier because the story is kind of already figured out. I just got to figure out where they come in with their point of view on specific scenes. Let's see. Lori, it's Diane. We were in Hampton. We went to the Old Salt Tavern. Loved it. We spent the day at Strawberry Bank in Portsmouth and went to Fuller Gardens. Lovely day. Oh, I love that. All right, guys, next panel, creative projects. This is our easy one, guys. This is our what, why, and how. What do you want to achieve this week? The purpose and the steps, the focus stage or beats, and the order of importance you need to follow. So in terms of your creative projects, what is active, what is on hold, and what is new? You're going to have, with the new ones, you're going to have all that new energy, all that shiny syndrome going on. With the active, you may be at a place where you're falling out of love, but you want to stay the course. You want to finish it if you can. That is always easier and better overall for any project if you can see it to the end. And on hold Is it on hold for something that is exterior and outside of your control? You're waiting for someone to get back to you. Is it off at is your novel off with the editor? And you got to wait another 6 weeks before they get it back to you. So what are you doing in the meantime in terms of other creative projects? All right, guys, let's get our 2-minute timer up and let's populate our plan with our creative projects. All right, let's see. Could you imagine someone's head coming off and death not happening? Ugh, immortality. Hospitals would be overcrowded with immortality. That is an image. I am working on my developmental draft and I'll have good 10K, better 12K, and best 15K words. Nice. Lori, Hampton Beach is a lovely place. I've been there multiple times. Nice. Lori, my active project is my current work in progress, and I'm at the midpoint right now and trying to get through this muddy middle. On hold is my new series, Chickadee Falls, which I'll start in 2024, and my new is my Christmas novella, which is supposed to be published on November 15th. Yikes. When am I going to find time to get it all done? I've already committed, and now I'm feeling anxious. Ooh. Well, I guess out of the two projects, because the other ones are 2024, which ones, what are your deadlines for both? And where do you have room to shift things? I guess would be the question. It sounds like the Christmas novella might have the shorter deadline, but I could be wrong on that. So let us know. Rita, Lear, ready for beta readers before the end of the week. Chapter 7, ready for live critique. Continue with my series notebook for book 1 and 2 next week for the other series. Oh, love that. Excellent strategies there, hon. All right. Finally, new skills. Not finally, you know what I meant. Next. Why this? Why now? Do you need to apply for any course or anything surrounding it, or purchase anything? Is there a textbook for it? Is there a workbook? Is it just a regular craft book that you want to read? Any of these things, right? Your reading, studying time, how are you going to structure that? When is that going to happen? Because you have to get time to read the material and learn, or watch the videos if it's a lecture series like that. And then also your study time. So those are going to actually be two different things that you're going to have to make time for. And then practice time, actually working with the new skill and learning it and bringing it into you so you have a better understanding of it and a good relationship with it. And then finally, your evaluation. How are you going to evaluate it? If it's a course, maybe they're going to be the ones evaluating, but maybe it's something that's self-study. So how are you going to evaluate how you're doing on a weekly basis? Just say, guys, I'm going to take today off and just do a pinch of writing. Maybe later tonight. I need a break. I'll plan later today. Sounds good, Jess. All right, let's do this, guys. 2 minutes, and let's figure out what the new skills are that you're bringing into your plan or that you're continuing. Maybe you've already started, and what you want to do with that and how you want to make everything fall into place. And go. Yes, I surpassed 5K yesterday. Very nice. See you guys throughout the week. Tags like button on way out. Awesome. Rita, Amazon research format, and whatever else is needed to get my book printed. Perfect. 6 months for life workbook and watch any videos. Probably skip playing around with Canva for now. Oh, Canva's such a slippery slope of joy. You know what? You can play with Canva. Totally fine. Go in with a purpose, though. Go in with an outcome of what you're looking to achieve. That way it'll limit your time and you still get to play around a little bit, but it's much better. Don't just go in there randomly. Dangerous playground. Laurie, I need to create a policy and procedure handbook at my job, as well as updating the website for my daughter's business. Why now? Because my daughter has hired some new employees, plus it should have been done a year ago. Ah, I see, I see. Yeah, I agree. If you've got new people coming in, it's good to have that handbook. And you know what? Don't just, that one should be one that you could probably write in smaller sessions and just pick a topic, write about it, edit it later, and that way just get the ideas down on paper and you'll get it done faster and easier, right? Elizabeth, I am going to continue with my developmental draft. I will be making sure that what needs to happen in this story happens plot-wise. I am focusing on the plot and not the prose in this draft. Nice. Lori, congrats, Jess. Great word count. I agree. Crystal, for my new skills, I will be taking a scene masterclass. Tell us more, love. I will also start studying the books I'm reading versus reading for pleasure. Yeah, I always say you want to have some reading for pleasure because, face it, why did most of us become writers, right? Because we read for the pleasure. We enjoy that. That feeds a certain part of us. We do need to learn the craft as well, right? But at the same time, always allow yourself that little bit each day of just some pleasure reading, I should say. Writing should be pleasure, though not always is it? And just kind of allow yourself that. Make time for that. Even 15 minutes of writing, why am I saying writing? Reading for pleasure is going to make you feel better. You know why I'm saying that? Because I'm looking at my screen and I have my scene set up for OBS and the word writing is looking at me. My subconscious is working here. All right, guys, let's do our next panel. Important dates. This is the nitty gritty, guys. These are the ones that we would do if we were just normal 9 to 5 jobs, no creative aspects at all to our lives. But we still have to make sure that we are putting these down because these get in our way of doing the creative stuff. But they're important. They're important, right? We don't want to miss things. So important dates for the next 2 weeks. So we need events, birthdays, appointments, commitments, and workshops. These are all the things that we are looking forward to in some aspects, and also things that we are just need to do for our general health and well-being. So note your travel time, your action steps if there are any prep that you might have to do, confirmation if needed, even taking your fur baby to get groomed comes with a confirmation check from that email, right? And any paperwork that you might have to do prior to it to make sure it's done and ready. Let's see. Lori, when I do research, I fell down the rabbit hole called Pinterest. Oh, that is another dangerous playground, isn't it, guys? Mildred, new skill, rescue time. Maybe I'll learn it instead of being impatient. Interesting. Crystal, if you like thrillers, Sherry Lapina's new one is hot. Ooh, I do. Thank you for the recommendation. Okay, guys, let's get out our Google Calendar or our monthly calendar, whichever one you have a preference to. I'm going to actually pull up the monthly here as well. Have that present because I think I have a couple things next week that are going to have to be done. Okay, let's see. Oops, upsetting my phone. So I'm going to bring up Google Calendar because that's got everything listed. And let's see what happens. Okay, guys, 2 minutes, and let's populate our plan with the important dates that we don't want to miss and how long they're really going to take us. And go. Where is, there we go, guys. Hold on, I need, where should I write this down? I'm not sure. I know there's something else going on there. Oh, I need to prep for the 15th. There we go. There. Let's face it, that has to take place this week. Let's see. Where did I leave? Elizabeth, my upper GI series test is tomorrow. My dental cleaning is Thursday. My review driving lesson is Thursday, and my road test is Saturday. That is awesome. My cousin and I may be visiting a woman from church in the hospital one day next week since she is getting 24-hour chemotherapy treatments, and I may be cooking her a meal. 24-hour, wow, that's intensive. Lori, I have a haircut in 2 weeks, also a book signing on the 19th in Massachusetts, visiting my sister who's up from Florida on the 12th, and dog sitting on August 17th and 18th. Nicely planned though. Rita, city for the day on Tuesday. Need to remember printer paper. Sunday is the library open house. I told them I can help clean up but not be there due to a writer's event. Homework for Jenna's workshop. Oh, I gotta check this out. Let's see, Elizabeth, why does leaving a live stream and coming back cause a lot of the live comments to disappear? That is an interesting question, and I'm not sure that should be more stable than it is. YouTube has probably messed with something. It happens. Lori, oh, and I have to babysit on August 15th and 16th. Holy smokes, the following week is going to be busy. Yes, definitely. You're going to manage your time well, though, hon. You've got this. Rita, and of course, sprints, coffee chat, and live critique on Thursday. There's 2 this month. Very cool. All right, guys, we're going to head into our next section here. Supporting tasks. These are the ones that keep us fed, healthy, sheltered, and hopefully in a good place that we can manage to do all the other things that we really want to do, that really matter to us, by making these systematic and more into routines. Let's see, Rita, Jenna is having a what to be in author tutor lessons for 6 weeks. That is very cool. I will have to check that out. Okay, guys. So we're going to look at the tourists, errands, meal planning, exercise plan, admin tasks, business planning, banking, bill due dates, planning, both daily and weekly, and our live sprints that we want to attend. And can you batch things together so that you can block them into a certain time slot? And that way you're more likely to check all the boxes versus hitting them randomly throughout your day and potentially either missing something or having to reset over and over again. Okay, guys, and go. Okay, there. I think I got Lori, you and me both. The next 2 weeks are mad. Let's see. Elizabeth has done this for some time now, and it's annoying. YouTube, please fix this. Yes. Mary may be working with my law student this week, depending on how his crappy job treats him. 12th is my sister's birthday. Well, happy birthday to her. 12th, I go back to work. Oh, so you get a little bit of a break too. Very nice. Diane, Lori, how wonderful. I know you had a magnificent day. Yes. Elizabeth, I will be doing some cleaning and I'll maybe be heading back to work on Tuesday. That depends though on how my stomach is doing on Tuesday. Lori, besides working 40 hours this week, I need to squeeze in grocery shopping, plan at least 3 meals, and find 1 hour each day for admin work, HB90, and plan at least 3 hours daily for writing. Grocery shopping. Could you use an app and do the ordering process on within the app, and that way just pick up ready to go groceries? Is that a potential one? It might save you some time of just the walking around in the store. It always takes longer than it should. Let's see, Diane, breathe, Lori. I cannot wait. However, I would rather have you rested and churning out stories than burned out and folded. Yes, very true. Completely agree. Elizabeth, I need to call the doctor's office tomorrow since insurance still hasn't approved the medicine my doctor prescribed me last Tuesday. Oh, that's not good. We had our own prescription fun throughout July. It was annoying. But it's done, so yay. Lori, I plan on attending live sprints on Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Beautiful. Dan, fantastic, Jess. Elizabeth, if I need medical leave from work, then I'll need that. I hope and pray I don't. Yes. Okay, guys, we're going to head on over. You are correct, Diane. Thank you so much. Definitely. We are supporting you, Lori, completely and totally. You will not burn out. We're here to support you and help you think of any way to make life easier. Okay, protagonist. The character who drives the action, you, and you have to be in a place where you have the energy to do this. You have to be intentional with your time. You have to be protective of your time. It is so easy for it to get away from us. Like Rita and I were just both saying, full days when we have all that time, it's easy for a lot of it to just disappear. Unused, not used well, not used intentionally. I think that's the key phrase. Not used intentionally. And we don't want to do that. That time is precious, right? All right, guys. Let's look at, this is going to bring some structure. The storyboard. Think in terms of full days, half days, pinch days. For anyone that is new, a pinch day is those days that are super, 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 super busy and mad packed, but we still want to get in a pinch of for our creative selves and move the manuscript forward a little bit. It could be as simple as doing one, 5 or 10 minute sprint, but making sure that we are still working on our manuscript for that day, right? So pinch days are where we're going to look at finding just that little window for the things that really matter to us. Life task days tend to be the days that we're taken out of our home to do all those errands and chores that we need to do that take us away and kind of break our regular routine, our creative routines, but they are necessary. So I recommend going furthest place out and then coming back. And that way you're not wasting time going back and forth all over the city. And a true day off. Try to give yourself at least one per week, guys. I know work is going to get sneaking in there. It kind of happens. But if you call it a day off, that is your reset day. That is your renew day. That is for you day to do some of the fun things and to feel good, right? Deep focus days. This is new, guys. I think we've kind of talked about it, but we didn't make it a specific thing. Sorry, voice trying to, no. Voice has to do all sorts of things today. Which goal will you focus on per day? Think in blocks of 2 to 3 hours. If you have 3 goals, that's going to equal 3 focus days of those nice deep time blocks. that are for you to really dive in and really work on moving the needle forward. All right, guys. So for this, I recommend just opening up your schedule to your planner, I should say, to your weekly and start thinking in terms of the shape that these days will take. The days that you get to be home are often those full days that you really get to focus, where your days off are going to land, and where those deep focus times are going to come into play and what you're going to be working on. Okay, guys, and keep this as you can keep this loose. Things can move around, of course, but this is kind of giving ourselves an overall idea of how and where we want things to land. They're going to be subject to change. We know that, but we're giving ourselves a plan. All right, guys, and proceed. So this is going to be Monday. This is going to be this is going to has okay. Okay. How did that go for you guys? Trying to figure out. This could be. I'm gonna just put myself a side note on that one. Not 100% sure on that one yet. Let's see. What did you guys come up with? Elizabeth, I have burnt out before, and that was due to pushing myself too hard while I was dealing with constant stomach pain earlier this year. Yes, and the end of last year too with the stomach pain. Oh, hun. Elizabeth, you have to put as much attention on yourself as you do writing. Yes, yes, I agree with that. Sundays are my day off. Monday is a deep focus day. Love that. Thank you for subscribing, Laura. Elizabeth, Sunday is the day. Okay. Crystal, today is a forced day off. Still no car until Monday. Ordered groceries online and able to be here with you. Perfect. Mildred, 3 goals equal 3 focus days. This does require some thought. Yes, that is not gonna, this is new ground for us, guys. But I think it's important to give ourselves days where we're deep diving in, right? And really giving ourselves those days of high focus. Let's see. This is the Diane. Good point. Yes. Rita, I love the deep focus days. Mostly every day is available for me, but Tuesday, but with 4 hours travel time. That's a lot for reading for fun. Yes. Lori, can you repeat what a pinch day would be? I work full time, so what would all this mean for me? I'm a tad confused. It's kind of those super busy days. So say you have the full-time job, so you've got the 9 to 5 already in there, but then you have, no, it's not going to work. That example. 9 to 5 is normal, right? How do we do this? say you have a day where you have errands, you know, that you have to go pick up groceries and you have to pick up old school, but we'll say dry cleaning. And then you have to go and pick up somebody, you've agreed to pick up someone from the airport. And then on top of that, you also need to pick up a prescription. You have a doctor's appointment and you have lunch with a friend scheduled in there. So what's left in time is very, very little that would be allowing you space for your creative time. So this is where you might be grabbing those, grabbing a coffee at Starbucks, sitting in your car and writing for 5 minutes kind of thing, just so you can actually get some of your creative work done. It's those jam-packed days with often sort of random little things that are not within the norm at all, and they are taking away from your being allowed to deeply focus on something. Does that help? Like think crazy busy and stacked days where it seems like you can't even take a breath. Those are pinch days. Okay, guys, our next panel, oops, is self-care. This one is important, guys. Important, important, important. It's scheduled at least 50% of it, guys. You deserve it and you need it. Let's see. Elizabeth, Thursday is a jam-packed day for me if I go to work. Yes, definitely. Crystal, haven't been to the doctor since I was a kid. Laugh a lot. Thanks so much. It does help. Yeah, like think in terms of the days where you have your regular chaos, crazy, but you have extra chaos added in. So maybe you've squeezed a doctor's appointment in at 5 p.m. and you're off at 4:30 and you're literally going to race from work to the doctor's appointment. Now you know it's a doctor's appointment, so you know you're not going to walk in there and at 5 o'clock they're going to see you. You know you're going to be sitting there for at least a half hour before you're seen, and then there's the time with the doctor. Then he hands you a prescription. Then you have to go get the prescription, and it just kind of continues from there. These are those kind of days, right? I don't know. I call them pinch days. I almost feel like calling them chaos days because that's more what they feel like to us when we're having to live them, right? Okay, so self-care, guys. We're going to refill the well. We're going to do our favorite activities. We're going to get outdoors. We're going to try something new. We're going to journal. We're going to read. We're going to watch some videos because they bring us joy. We're going to manage this time a little bit. We're not going to let it get away from us, but we're still going to make sure it happens and we make room for it in our lives, and we're intentional about it. So we know that we're putting it in our schedule where it's going to serve us, right? Along with that, we have our mental health and buffer days. So these are going to be scheduled in to give ourselves room to breathe, to give ourselves room. So should we be sick or need a wellness day, we can actually have it in our schedule. If we don't need it, it becomes a bonus day. But if we stack our schedule so tightly that there's no room for a breath, for to be sick or to have a low energy day, that's not going to serve us, right? I also like to put in, if I can, I kind of try to use Monday as a catch-up day. That way I can kind of look at what didn't happen throughout the week before, and I can start checking some boxes and get them done early in the week so they're not going to come and harass me throughout the rest, right? And reset days. Sometimes we literally just finish a task, a major project, and it's going to take us a day or two to kind of get into the next things we want to do. So we got little things to tidy up here and there, little emails to send, maybe some social media stuff. And we got these little tidbits that the project's mostly done, but there's these little boxes we want to check, right? So we want to schedule that in. So we want to schedule in our self-care at least 50%, with maybe a hint of what you're going to do. Maybe you're going to play your favorite video game, right? And then give yourself a sick day somewhere in there, maybe not weekly, maybe bi-weekly. Maybe have a day where it's a low energy day. You know that I'm not a fan of Mondays. We have everything, our lawns mowed and stuff around here. I got seasonal allergies. I know that I do not feel 100%. So I try to use those days for my low energy and the things that I know I can do that don't take as much attention and concentration, and will allow me to just work my way through checking boxes that otherwise, yeah, I can do them the rest of the week. Monday's a great day to get them out of the way, and then I can, as my concentration improves with the lack of grass cutting. I can get those, I can keep those days for the high energy things. Okay, guys, so let's throw these into our schedule and figure out on our weekly where we're going to give ourselves our self-care, our mental health days, our wellness days, our low energy days, catch-up days, and reset days, and those buffer days that we need, guys, and go. Oh, and keep in mind, you don't necessarily need all of them all the time, right? We're going to look at the week-to-week basis and go. So this is the energy. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep my Monday as a catch-up day because I'm debating between low energy and catch-up. It feels naturally as a catch-up day, but then I don't necessarily always have the energy for that. So, I'm gonna actually I think I'm gonna keep Monday as the catch-up day and the low energy for the Tuesday because the neighboring place gets done too on Tuesday. Let's see. Elizabeth Crystal, you are a blessed woman. Crystal Elizabeth, I believe it and declare it daily. It is intentional, however. I have spent years studying healing in the word and putting it into practice, and now I'm walking in divine health. Beautiful, amazing, I agree. Crystal Elizabeth, there is hope if we believe, don't doubt, and never give up. It gets easier the more and more you renew the mind. I'm still learning and will always seek it out so I can help others. Oh, it's lovely. Elizabeth Crystal, thanks for the encouragement. Oh, beautiful. It's too hard to put everything into a few text messages. No, that's okay. That was beautifully said, hon. Okay, guys. So what were your plans for actual self-care? I am going to play my City Skylines. I didn't really get to it much last week. I think, no, I didn't even get to open it. This week, I want to do it at least twice, even if it's just a half-hour block each time, just to go and play my game. I love City Skylines. It's an awesome game. So I'm going to add that in there. So that's my one for Monday, and I think maybe I'll give that to myself on Tuesday as well. Not Tuesday, Thursday, I should say. And maybe some reading for pleasure somewhere else in there. Not sure where the reading would happen, but I'm going to squeeze one in there somewhere. I read every night for on my Kindle, so it's not like I don't get reading in. I want to get some afternoon reading in, and I'm very hit or miss with it. Let's see, Lori. Lori, a low energy day for me is Monday. It's hard to get into the routine at work after a weekend off. Is there any systems that you could put into place that would make that easier for you to maybe have the coffee prepped the night before, have your clothes laid out? Oh, what other little things could you do? Have your planner and your writing maybe next to your purse so that when you're leaving the house you can take it with you and you do some writing on your lunch or something. Little tiny strategies that you could use. Diane, this past week my allergies took over and I was barely able to walk. Oh no, it took me out Wednesday. I don't know how I made it to dialysis on Thursday. Miracle. Oh, hon, oh, hugs. I hear ya. Elizabeth Crystal, I will do what I must and I'll declare my health. Beautiful. Guys, we need our health. We need our health. It allows us to do everything else. So we got to take care of this physically so we can have the energy and have the time and the well-being to do everything else, right? Let's see. Rita, daytime reading and binging the latest season of Charms. Maybe some yoga. Oh, I like that. Nice. And I like the balance. You've got the mind, the body, and Charmed is for face it, the soul. That's just fun joy. Crystal, I make my self-care daily rituals into routine. Gasha, I hope I said that right. Body brushing, exercise, meditation, Bible reading. Beautiful. That is lovely, Crystal. Definitely. I took a relaxing Epsom salt bath earlier and it definitely helped me. Oh, that is lovely. Nice self-care. Diane, I don't schedule buffer days per se. I allow them to happen as life does. It cannot be planned. There is a valid point to that. We can try to put it down the plan, but will it serve us? And this is a game where we move it around. So maybe we say that Thursday is going to be a buffer day, but we realize we're not quite ready for that yet. We know full well what Thursday is going to be. So then it becomes the Friday, like we can move things around always. Laurie, oh my goodness, Diane, sending big hugs. Oh yes, definitely. All right, guys, our final section, story beats, the frame over which you drape your plot. So here we're going to create the outline of our weekly story. We're going to create our master plan, ideal week. We're going to create Monday's plan, including our top 3, so we know which 3 tasks we need to get done, we want to get done, that we want to stay in focus, in sharp focus, so that we know we're going to get our writing done. We're going to move our business forward. We're going to keep our health in focus and get those top 3. If you can actually do your creative goal, your business goal, and your health goal and have one of each there in your top 3, you will have an amazing life and you're going to feel good doing it. Populate your planner. We're going to take everything that we've set out in our pre-planning here and get it down on the calendar and move things around. This is now where it kind of becomes a bit of a puzzle. We're going to see where things fit best and where we can give our proper focus and intention to something. Because sometimes we may say, oh, Wednesday is a great day for that, but we realize that we're going to be distracted by A, B, and C, and maybe it's not going to be a great writing day because we're not going to be thinking about stories. We're going to be thinking about the other 3 things that we had to tackle that day that are going to weigh on us and be in our minds, right? Schedule your self-care, your mental health, and those buffer days. As you create your outline for the week, can you successfully manage to do everything you've chosen with the time you have? Make adjustments as needed. You are human, guys. Don't feel bad about having to make adjustments. Maybe you said you're going to get a 10K week. Maybe after looking at your plan, you realize that it's maybe more of a 7K week, and that's okay. You're showing up for yourself. You're still going to get your 7K words, but you're not going to burn yourself out doing it, right? Let's see. Crystal Elizabeth, the link to a free healing masterclass is too long to paste. Oh no. Maybe share it in the heart breathing group. Let's see. Diane, thank you, Lori. It felt like I was dying. I asked my husband if I was going to die. I thought I was retaining fluids in my lungs from my missed Tuesday dialysis treatment. Transportation did show up. Oh no. See, and that's one of those whammies. That's a surprise one, which you were not planning on, right? And that just cascaded. Wow. Oh, I'm glad you're better though, Diane. Oh, hugs, hun. Try that link. Crystal, I don't see the link. There is also a free healing is here conference you attend in person or online. Very cool. Thursday at Alice's lungs were all and are clear. It was my allergies. Oh, hun, allergies suck. All right, guys, our final. As always, celebrate your successes, gold star moments, and best fixes. How will your story end? Follow the plot and enter your new world. You are going to make this world what you need it to be, one step at a time. You may not be able to do it all this week. You may not be able to do it all this month. But little by little, with little changes and focusing on what matters to you, you are going to be able to create the life that you want. Okay, guys, we get about a half-hour break before I'll be back with the writing sprints. So come and join me at 5 p.m. and we'll get our words in. Tidy up your space, reset, and I'll see you guys in a half hour. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for planning with me. Let me know in the comments if... So much for my do not disturb. In the comments, let me know how you felt about that, how the system broke down, if it was a little bit cleaner. I felt like it moved. Everything seems to be more in its place now, and the timing seems to be better, and it seems to be easier to follow. But let me know. Any comments are appreciated, guys, so we can make this better and better. Let's see. Lori Diane, I would have been scared of my mind when I had pneumonia. I thought I was going to die. I felt like I was suffocating. So scary. So glad you're feeling better. Oh, yeah, definitely. Elizabeth, I can't finish this development draft this week, but I can finish before NaNoWriMo. That is so true. You are so welcome, Diane and Crystal. Okay, guys, I will see you in a half hour for writing. Tidy up, play with your planners a little bit. Get yourselves a tall glass of water, your favorite beverage, and have a snack. And I'll see you for writing in a half hour. Bye, guys. Thank you for hanging with me.